Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking Deputy Chief Leitner, Major Fisher, and Captain Selway from the Prince George's County Police Department for joining us today, as well as Deputy Chief Harris from our Fire EMS Department. Last week, a firefighter with the Prince George's County Fire EMS Department was arrested and charged with 16 counts of possession and distribution of child sex abuse material, or commonly known as pornography. He's appeared before a commissioner who has determined that there's probable cause to support the charges, and just a few moments ago he went before a judge who made the decision to hold Mr. Murphy without bond. Our prosecutor in the courtroom asked that Mr. Murphy be held without bond because of the nature of the charges and, frankly, because of where the charges were alleged to have occurred in some instances, which was the firehouse. At this stage, the investigation is still in its early phase, so there's not much more that I can say other than in the weeks to come, my office will continue to work with law enforcement to undergo a thorough review of the evidence and determine if the defendant should be indicted or formally charged for the counts that he's been charged with here, and if so, for what charges. What I can say is that these allegations are deeply disturbing. Allegations of this nature are particularly disturbing and concerning when they involve individuals that hold the public's trust, individuals who are in positions of public trust, especially those like firefighters who have access to our homes and families. But it is important to remind our residents that any person who is charged with a crime in Prince George's County is entitled to due process through our judicial system, and my job as state's attorney is to ensure that the process is fair, it's transparent, and in full accordance with the law. Finally, I want to thank my law enforcement partners for their investigation thus far in this case. The Prince George's County Police Department, the Maryland State Police, the Frederick County Sheriff's Department, as well as the Department of Homeland Security. And of course, thank the attorneys in our office for their work thus far. We look forward to continuing to seek justice on behalf of our community. And if there are any questions that you have, I think this is the time that we will answer questions.
How was this brought to police's attention, to the state's attorney's attention? How many victims and their ages?
Certainly, I don't want to speak for the police department, but because we're in the middle of an investigation, I can't specifically respond to your question.
Any of it?
No. And you have the statement of charges, right? And the statement of charges involves numerous victims. And I think we'll have to leave it at that for this particular point.
Some of this happened at the firehouse in Chillum?
Correct.
I couldn't hear the first question, so forgive me if it's done. There was talk in the court of charges of production perhaps being forthcoming.
I'm sorry, I can't.
There was talk in the courtroom of charges of production of this stuff.
Yeah. So, Brad, as I said, this is an investigation that is ongoing, and I'm confident that law enforcement, as well as the attorneys in our office, will continue to thoroughly investigate this case. And if necessary charges, if there are other charges that are necessary to be brought forward, we'll do that.
So that could be in another jurisdiction?
It could be.
Is there a plea to the public for potential more victims out there?
No, not at this time, but certainly I would say anyone who believes that they've been victimized by a crime in this county or frankly in any neighboring county, we want to know about it. And so, yes, that's always the case.
Do we know where where he was doing this, the location, the crimes that he's alleged to be charged with? Where was he actually doing the crime?
Well, a variety of places, according to what's in the charging documents, and I may defer to Captain Selway if you want to speak on that, but definitely we know that some of the charges are alleged to, or some of the activity is alleged to have occurred in the firehouse in which he was working.
And what is the time frame?
On the charging documents, we have a time frame of September 2025. And again, there's 16 charges through October of 2025. Again, ongoing investigation, so that could change.
The defense attorney was talking about getting him up to Fred Berlin of Baltimore and under treatment and describing this as a medical condition for which this fella needed to get assumed Depo-Provera or whatever they're using now. What did you make of that?
Well, what I'll say is that it's the defense attorney's job to represent his client, but I am pleased that he was held without bond after our assistant state's attorney argued that he really is a threat to public safety at this point.
Any other questions?
Is there any indication that the production of this material was done at the place of work?
Yes, that is contained within the allegations that he not only possessed the material or some of the materials at work, but also produced it, I believe, as well, distributed it as well.
Tara, how troubling is this that you have a public official accused of such a crime?
Again, it's always troubling. These crimes, child pornography crimes, are troubling anyway. But when a person that holds the trust of our community is accused of such crimes, yeah, it's deeply disturbing.
Any other questions?
Were you alerted to the production of this by the service that was sharing it, I guess? Like, it seems like there was a back and forth with someone else on a messaging service. Did that service tell you, or was this basically found by somebody else and then reported to you?
Again, I can't speak to how it is that the police department first became aware of the activity. I can only speak to the charges that are here before us and how we're going to move forward in terms of prosecution of the case.
All right. Thank you all. Any?
Good. All right, thank you.
All right, just listening in there as this wrapping up a very disturbing story there in Prince George's County, Maryland. And that's one of the reasons why the judge holding this individual without bond for the time being, as this individual at the firehouse with child pornography. I do want to put up this here on Live Now from Fox, some of these posts from there in Maryland, saying the Prince George's County Police Department arrested the 35-year-old Joshua Murphy of Brunswick with multiple counts of possessing and distributing child pornography. Murphy is employed as a firefighter. As this is an active investigation, additional information will be released as it becomes available. So we just want to take you out to that event here on Live Now from Fox as we wait and monitor any other press conferences to begin. You can see there, it looks like this one's about to begin there with the Republican candidate for governor in Virginia, Winsome Earl Sears. You can see